4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music.
This is Movies First with Alex First.
A tense Holocaust drama, Farewell, Mr. Haffman, concerns a Jewish jeweller in France caught up in the maelstrom as the Nazis spread their tentacles. It's May 1941, and Joseph Haffman, Daniel Auteuil, runs a small jewellery shop. He's noted for his fine craftsmanship. Haffman sees the situation in occupied Paris worsening and understands the urgency of arranging safe passage out of the country for his wife and 3 children. Haffman promises to follow behind shortly, but first he enacts a plan to hand ownership of the shop and the residents attached to it to his relatively new employee. That man, François Mercier, Gilles Lellouche, who walks with the aid of a caliper, is married to Blanche, Sara Giraudeau. The pair's very much in love and would like to have a baby, but she's having difficulty falling pregnant. Mercier aspires to open his own jewellery business one day, so while this unexpected arrangement with Haffman comes out of the blue, he welcomes it, even though Blanche does not. The deal is that Mercier will take over and change the signage on the shop to reflect his name, only to hand the business back to Haffman after the war, when he's able to return. In return, Haffman will help Mercier open his own shop. The deal done, Haffman leaves with a handshake. But just as the Merciers are getting settled into their new lodgings, Haffman reappears. There are Germans everywhere, and his intended smuggler has gotten cold feet. Mercier puts Haffman up for the night, with Haffman intending to try to make his getaway again the next day. Only that move is scuppered because the German presence has become overwhelming, and a second approach to the smuggler receives a violent rebuke. Now Mercier is stuck with Haffman in his basement for the long term, as the roundup of Jews starts. Flirting with danger, Mercier sees the business do well, thanks to the arrival of a German commandant, played by Nikolai Kinski, who admires his workmanship. In reality, it's Haffman's work. Shocks follow as the dynamic between Mercier, his wife, and Haffman changes.
Movies First with Alex First.
While you could question certain plot elements, there's no doubt the story is compelling. Unease and discomfort are always close at hand. The key roles are well played. Auteuil is credible as a decent, hard-working man caught in a most undesirable and dangerous position. Lellouche captures the transition in Mercier, in a movie in which power shifts. Giraudeau shows vulnerability, compassion, fear and horror as Blanche. The screenplay by director Fred Cavayé and Sara Kaminsky from a play by Jean-Philippe Daguerre maintains and builds interest. Intensity is the name of the game. The question is, how will Haffman and the Merciers end up? To find out, you'll just have to buy a ticket to see Farewell, Mr. Haffman. It's playing as part of the French Film Festival.
You've been listening to Movies First with Alex First.
Available at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or your favourite podcast player. You can also stream on demand at Bytes.com.
This has been another quality podcast production from Bytes.com.